Let's move on to one of our headline stories, and it is that a total of over 2,707 cases of fire outbreaks have been recorded nationwide, and we are told that is between January and May this year. The loss of property is estimated at little over 10 million Ghana cedis, according to the Chief Fire Officer Dr. Albert Brown-Gazy. The fires claimed about 14 lives. He also indicated that the service is only able to conduct fire safety audit into 69 of the cases out of the total figure, including the recent fire and flood accident at the Goil filling station in Accra, due to limited resources at their disposal. Dr. Gazy observed that a major proportion of the citizenry lack the needed know-how or education as far as total fire safety is concerned. And and to find out, first of all, how they came by this figure and whether there has been an increase or a decrease in the cases of fire being recorded in the country, is Timothy Osafo-Efum. He's the Acting Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my brother.
Great. To start with, 2,707 fires between January 2015 and May 2015. That's just about a 5 months period.
Yes.
Is that an increase or a decrease?
Well, I must say it's an increase compared to that of last year. Last year, at the close of the year, we recorded a total of over 4,500 fires. So for the first 5 months, and we are hitting about 3,000, is a bit on the higher side.
What would you say is accounting for these? Is it bushfires, or they are all domestic fires, or it's a combination of both?
When we check the statistics, bushfires covers about 30% of all of these incidents. So domestic fires covers 30% over these incidents. And so domestic is higher. Not only bushfires, even though we recorded an increase in bushfires, you realize last year the Harmattan was a bit severe. So we recorded a bit more bushfires than usual. And that is also a factor for the rise in the figures. But the main reason for the rise in the figures with respect to the domestic incident has to do with this power rationing that we are going through. A lot more people are resorting to the use of naked fires without appropriate measures to ensure they don't result in fire outbreaks.
So have you recorded any that have come as a result of maybe a generator, or probably just the naked fires that are used at home?
Yes, what we have recorded as a result of the use of candles mostly. Those are the ones we call naked lights. And then we also have this type of, the old type, the bubu type of, those are the ones that can cause the fires we are talking about. Okay.
Clearly there seems to be a lack of education somewhere. That is what at least I gather from your presentation. How are we intensifying, or how do we intend to increase the education of especially the domestic dwellers?
Thank you very much. I think we have been doing a lot in that area of education. However, Ghanaians do not pay heed to our increase in education drive. The chief officer at the end of the regional commanders meeting directed that more personnel should be drafted into the safety education campaign. For him, we should not be seen reacting to fires, but rather we should be proactive. Therefore, he has asked that a lot of the personnel who are into firefighting must be withdrawn and put into safety education to ensure that in the first place the fires don't occur at all, and even if they will occur, they will minimize the propensity for which they occur. So this is the plan that is in place.
But has it already started? And if so, how come you are educating, getting people, creating the awareness, but then there still is an increase in these issues of fire, or everything is blamed on the doomsday?
It's not everything that is blamed on the doomsday. I think I just told you that the attitude of Ghanaians is also a factor. Because if you look at the resources that we have put in place with respect to our educational drive, and we are experiencing this increase, then we will also blame partly on the attitude of Ghanaians. Let me give you a typical example. You go to maybe an industry or a workplace for fire safety education.
Right.
All that they will do is to bring you the security officers to listen to the fire safety education. And this is not good enough, because we all live, after work, we all go back to our homes. And it is our responsibility to ensure that our homes are also safe. And so if you bring only the security officers to come and listen to the fire education, and you go home, what are you even going to tell your children if they are doing the wrong thing? So it is the attitude of we Ghanaians towards fire education that is also part of the reason why we are seeing this increase.
Okay, and in conclusion, have you, or because we are also told that the bit of not having enough resources, is that also a factor in maybe fighting the fires when they occur?
Yes, for firefighting per se, government has given us some equipment, so we do not lack too much in the firefighting. I think what the chief fire officer was talking about was other things like rescue equipment,
okay,
which we lack seriously. But for firefighting, I think for now we are above average. Yes.
Okay. Any final words? Because I think the education must continue.
Yes. Let me advise all Ghanaians that we are still out there. When we get into your community, please pay heed to our educational campaign so that we will not record more fires as we have recorded in the, let's say, the first half of the year. Then also, if you want to get to the fire service, please, you can get to us through our emergency line 192 on Vodafone, Tigo, MTN, and Airtel. But please be warned that these lines are for emergency purposes. If you misuse the lines, you are preventing someone who is in need from getting access to the fire service. So please let us use the emergency lines judiciously. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Timothy Osafo Efum. He is the Acting Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. As they say, a word to the wise is enough. So let's all be very cautious.